Mike, there have been a couple different guys this year that you've really gotten a lot out of. Q and Zach are good examples. What do you think it is that's been able to develop them past the player that they were at the start of the year?
Well, number one is just keep demanding them to get better. You know, Q's in his 5th year, and Zach, 3 years now in college, and they've been successful. But there's always more in all of us, and that's just sort of the way we do things. If you can get a little bit better every week during the season, you get better late in the season, it helps you right around now. So just, I think you just demand them to get better all the time. We talk about that every day. It's a daily approach from the way we play as a team to what you do after practice and getting extra reps up. And I told Zach, I said, he's a heck of a shooter, but man, I think you're a good rebounder because you have a nose for the ball. And really demanded him to go rebound this year, and he's done that. He's never played defense until he got here this year, and his defense has improved. I think one reason why he didn't shoot the ball early in the year was he was playing so hard on defense, trying to do what he wanted, and it wasn't, it wasn't familiar to him. I think he was tired of fighting fatigue, and he's learned to battle through fatigue. And even with Ace, just continue to read ball screens better and better and run your team better and better, even though he's been doing it for a long time. Just always demanding these guys. Q, this is the best he's moved in his career, and we've asked him to play a different style than he's never done, and he's been great at it. He's getting better and better. In the second half of the year, he's really stepped up, and he's had big plays for us that he maybe didn't have early in the year. So just always demand him to get better. We always, one thing we as a coaching staff, we say work them hard, love them harder, and try to make them better.
Questions for Coach in the back.
Since Indiana played you guys at the BJC, they haven't lost. How do you think they're planning on attacking you guys?
Say that again, I lost you there.
I said, since Indiana played you guys at the BJC, they haven't lost. So I was saying, how do you think they plan on attacking you guys differently?
Yeah, I think, when you play a team multiple times, there's always changes, counters to things you do and all that. That's basketball, and we'll do some things differently as well. We're not going to change. I mean, with the pieces we have and where we're at, there's not a lot of things we can just change on the fly. But you make a couple of tweaks here and there to help your team. And I think our style of play at this time of the year really helps us, because if you turn people over late in the year and you capitalize on it, it's tough to change. It's tough to battle that stuff and compete against that. So great. They're playing really well. Xavier is back. They got another ball handler. But it's that time of the year, man. You got to double knot the shoes and let's see what happens.
We'll stay on the right side towards the back.
Hey, Mike. Just want to say congrats on your first Big Ten, tournament win. When looking at your big rotation, we saw Meach early on in the game. He looked pretty good early on, and then eventually Leo came in, played some big minutes in the second half. Q, I saw you talking to him a lot. Can you just explain your thought process on getting all three of them in at certain times of the game, and maybe what that's going to look like throughout the tournament?
Yeah, I want to play a lot of guys because you could play so hard, and our guys get to a point where they play as hard as they possibly can, and know they come out, they know they're going to go back in. So always, that's just been my philosophy. I think it creates great morale in your team and your program, and Meach knows he's going in. He can help the team win, and he did that today. And then, of course, Leo and Q have been doing that all year long. And so I'm always going to play a lot of guys and throw them in the fire. But be impactful. Impact your team. Don't get in the way of winning. Impact your team to win. So we're always going to shuffle guys like that. And it's not you're not getting demoted when you come out after 2 or 3 minutes, because you're going to go back in there and try to, outwork the other team who might not do that. So that's just sort of our approach.
All the way in the front row on the left.
Yeah, Coach, with Indiana, you mentioned Xavier Johnson. Just what have you noticed that's different with them when he's in the lineup when they've won?
Well, he's a vet. I mean, he's a vet, and he's had a lot of success in his college career. I've watched him through high school all the way through, and he's a very talented player. But there's a calming presence when he's out there with his teammates. You saw that the last few games, and he's sure of himself, and I think he gives confidence to his teammates that way. So we'll have our hands full.
Stay in the front row on the right.
Do you have an update on Meach, just how he's doing?
Yeah,
right
he
now?
just tweaked his back, so we'll see. So that's why we brought our docs with us.
All right, one more on the right-hand side. Third row.
Coach, what do you say to your players to kind of invoke, like, hey, you have the green light, go ahead, play your style game, shoot that shot like Zach Hicks did tonight?
It's just what we do. I hate to answer it like that. It's just what we do. We shoot the ball when you're open. You work on it. If you want the neon green light like Zach, you better be in the gym all summer long. You better come back late at night and shoot. And we got like 15 managers and 5 GAs, and their number one job is to rebound for these guys. So there's no excuse to get in the gym and work on your game. And when the head coach tells you got the green light, it all works together, that part of it. The other part is it's a player's game. It's not a coach's game. And when guys play with great freedom and confidence and know they don't have to look over their shoulder if they miss a shot or make a mistake because they're going to get pulled, I think guys start playing with great confidence. I also think guys want to get better then, too, because they know they're going to have opportunity and freedom to go be the player that they dreamed about and want to be. So I just always believe in that, and I played for a coach like that, and it's a fun way to play. It's a confident way to play, and I also think later in your career, when you know you have the green light, you keep working on your game. You don't look at the end. You look like I can keep going, keep getting better, and so the neon green light is important at Penn State.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you,
We'll
guys.
see you tomorrow.
You bet. Thank you.